morning, all. Earlier this morning, Republicans approved the ranking members for the 117th Congress. The American people delivered a mandate against socialism and for real solutions. These members will actually help deliver just on that. As many of you have reported, there has been some movement this week towards a relief package for Americans hurting from the coronavirus and lockdowns and restrictions. Now, for months, Speaker Pelosi has done nothing to help Americans who are hurting. For more than 40 times, Republicans have brought on this floor COVID relief votes that the Democrats have voted against. 60% of business closures due to COVID restrictions are now permanent. This week it was reported that 37% of small businesses in Massachusetts have shut down permanently. 83% of small businesses owners support more relief. While we have more than $100 billion sitting in PPP today that can go to relief for small businesses, and a discharge petition sitting on the floor, and more than 20 Democrats signing a letter back in September who said if Pelosi did nothing, they would sign it, it still has not moved forward. But again, more than 40 times, Democrats have voted against, since summer, any COVID relief that the Republicans have been able to put on the floor. Now, I've been working closely with President Trump, Secretary Mnuchin, and Leader McConnell on the relief package that Senator McConnell introduced this week. It delivers real support for those who need it, small businesses, schools, and Americans who lost their jobs. It will also ensure our vaccines reach every American who wants it, starting with the very most vulnerable individuals. We have to get to work on this. We have to get it done. But working is something that this majority has not a good record on doing. Just look at the floor schedule this week. Democrats have focused on cats and cannabis, but not on COVID. You'd think after a humiliating defeat at the ballot box this year that Democrats didn't defeat one Republican incumbent. Of the 27 most vulnerable races, Republicans won them all. That Democrats would get to the picture that the Americans are demanding some action on these issues. Certainly doesn't appear that in the next Congress anything will change. Yesterday, the Democrats released next year's House schedule. The average number of days working in the first session of the past 4 Congresses have been 134 days. You would think with all the challenges that this country has, that we'd probably maybe even work at least more, or at the very least, that same amount of time. Nope. Democrats think Congress needs a 25% reduction. Yes, you don't even have to show up for work. 60 Democrats yesterday, well, 1/3 of them didn't show up for work, just voted by proxy, and still got paid. And now they find out they don't even have to work as much as they did Congresses before. A 25% reduction with only scheduled 101 days. It will probably become the laziest Congress we have ever had.